Oh, man.
Gentlefolk, ferals, and domesticated cryptids, welcome back to Wonder Bathos. I forgot the name of the show. Wonder Bathos, episode 27. I'm Rusty. That's not my name. That's just how I'm feeling right now.
Nice to meet you, Rusty.
It's been a couple. Nice to meet you, Sugabun. It's been a couple weeks since I've done this. I've had a lot of life stuff going on. We're about to have a baby. Shit's been stressful.
Not me.
Not Sugar, but I am. Like you can, I'm showing a lot. Okay, I'm about to have a baby, so a lot of real life stuff has been happening, and I'm just excited to be back to Wonder Bathos, and yeah, to have this amazing, incredible guest return with us. Sugar, how are you feeling? How are you feeling tonight?
I'm pretty good today, actually. I had a pretty good day. Work is hectic as always, but we made it through and we had a lot of laughs today, so that's all that matters. So feeling pretty good.
I've been off for the last 2 days and I've had a pretty stupendous return to work as well. Like I expected some glares and some like, you were off for 2 days and you haven't even had the baby yet, and I'm like, it was very warm. It was a very warm welcome, and everybody was super wholesome this morning. So like I was very appreciative of that.
Yeah. To be fair, you thought you were having a baby, so
we were for sure. We took a big ass suitcase up to the hospital and everything, like, because
I hope you left it in the car.
We did.
Okay.
But still, we had to, dude. It was rough. We got everything packed up. We didn't have anything smaller than this giant suitcase that Kama's mom had given us, and so we had like 2 pairs of clothes in this giant freaking suitcase that we brought.
Well, they do say like all the nurses on TikTok are always like, take everything from the hospital, so like you got plenty of room to just take all the things.
Oh yeah, all the amenities they give you while you're in there. Yeah, I mean they're gonna charge you for it whether you use it or not, so that is true.
Literally, yeah. Just take it home.
$6 for this gauze, that's mine now. Like, yeah, I get it. So we've done this before. You've been on the episode before. We know if you want to know Suga's origin story, you need to go back and watch her first episode, which I'm not even going to try to remember which number it was, but it was super early on. It was in the first season.
I don't even remember either.
Yeah, it was like episode something, but it was in the first season. It was so, which means it was within the first 10 episodes. If I had to guess, it'd probably be like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5. So if you want her origin story, you can go check that out. You can learn all about Suga, but we're going to jump right into some fun stuff tonight. I have decided after doing the Cheese Pops episode that we were going to start doing more silly questionnaires, essentially. We're going to have some fun and we're going to have some laughs tonight, and this thing is just going to be off the rails. And I want every episode to be off the rails and for everybody to be super entertained and to give my guests an opportunity to shine. So
and we know how the two of us are together when we are allowed to be unhinged. So
we have decided that this is, me and Suga already have our next few episodes planned out because we're going to play through the entire We Were Here series. There's 4 games. We've already played the first one. We started the second one, but we still have like 7 chapters left, 6 or 7 chapters left in the second one. And yeah, we're going to keep it going. It's incredible. I love that we have it planned out and like it's ready to go.
Yes, it's like tradition. Like, what are we supposed to do when they're over? Like we have to find a new game.
We're going to have to find a new series.
What?
Or we could just start playing Human Fall Flat again.
That's all we do. We just screw around in Human. I love Human Fall Flat, though.
I do too. We don't ever try to do the objective. We just screw around the entire time. It's so
You're
good.
like, what can I pick up? What can I climb? Where can I go?
Who can I throw off of this ledge?
Who can I piss off right now?
Yep. That's usually my thing.
Normally Mag.
Yeah. Mag is I mean, to be fair, he picks on us a lot when we're playing golf.
Yeah, he picks back.
We're playing golf with friends, so he deserves. If you can't take it, don't dish it out. You know what I mean?
Also in D&D, so like.
Oh man. So, question number 1: are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. If you were a vegetable, which one would you be and why?
Now, I will preference everybody that I would have normally thought about this, but Opto spoiled this first question for me, and I said a bean sprout. And it's a very wait, would a bean sprout even be a vegetable?
I don't know. You called me out for telling you the question early on, so now I don't even want to ask you anymore. I want to move on to the next question.
I
never told you
why. I never told you why. I like bean sprouts especially because I feel like they are a very obscure vegetable that people don't normally eat, but it has like a nice little like crunch to it. don't know. I like bean sprouts. I think you can do a lot of things with them, and people don't actually eat them a lot.
Obscure crunchy vegetable.
It is.
That's your sell on this. You're like, I love bean sprouts. They're
They're
obscure and
t
they're
they're good
crunchy.
though. They're
Okay.
good though. They have a nice, like they remind me of, like, kinda like when you put, like, cucumbers in salad, it's the same concept, it's just a bean sprout instead. Or alfalfa sprouts, those are good too, people don't eat those.
Depending on what the dressing is whether or not I will enjoy
That's fair.
cucumbers in a salad.
That's fair.
If it's like a vinaigrette, like nah, man, you keep the
Oh,
cucumbers out of
really?
there. Yeah, I'd rather have like a ranch, like ranch and cucumber
Okay,
combination.
fair enough.
Like a non-salad, like a
A
salad.
non-salad.
I mean, cause like when you eat like like just a
I get
basic
no.
lettuce and sliced carrot and cucumber salad with ranch on it, it doesn't feel like real salad. It feels like a cheat
No,
salad.
I call it fat boy salad.
Yeah, yeah,
Called
exactly.
fat I call it fat boy salad because when you go to a restaurant that doesn't serve like regular salads where you can get like a like grilled chicken, cheese, like the works on a salad, they give you what I call a fat boy salad because they always ask you if you want ranch. And then they give you the most gigantic cup of ranch. And then a tiny salad. Like the salad is like maybe double the size of the thing of ranch they give you. So I call it fat boy salad because it's mostly ranch.
We have a place nearby that serves a salad, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes right now.
Salad.
Salad. And it's called the Beast. And it's
Mm.
literally imagine a bowl plate, like a plate that's frayed on the
I like
edges.
bowl
You like
plates.
bowl plates? Imagine a
I'm
bowl plate
neurodivergent. Of course, I like bowl plates.
with the thinnest layer of lettuce you've ever seen. Just like it's barely even there.
Like
You
a
can't even
leaf.
see
It's
it.
a leaf.
A leaf, like the barely like the smallest amount of lettuce you could ever imagine in a quote unquote salad, and then it's just a mountain of meat on top of it. It's just like all this
Oh,
ham and turkey and
oh,
everything else just piled
listen.
on top of it. And then yeah, they bring out like another bowl of ranch that you just dump
Ranch.
this bowl of ranch on there,
My
and
friend
it's
Addie would
delicious.
love that though.
So
So my
good.
friend Addie, she does these like diets. They're carnivore diets. So like,
Carnivore diets.
yeah.
Isn't that
So
just
like,
Atkins? Isn't that what that is?
it's ketos kind of like no carbs.
Yeah,
Or
keto's
wait,
like
is
meat.
ketos the opposite?
No, keto's meat and cheese. Keto is like meat and
Yeah,
cheese only. Yeah, no carbs.
yeah. So
Atkins
no
is
carbs.
literally just red meat though.
Oh no, this is like keto. So she does no carbs, no rice, no pasta, no bread, no nothing. Like she'll get a burger and ask for no bun. Um
Too fat for that.
and
I had Taco Bell for lunch, man. It was so good.
I almost had Taco Bell
So
for
good.
lunch. I
Oh
had
god,
Mr.
so good.
Hero instead though, and I enjoyed that.
I sold $4 worth of Pokemon cards, and I was like, I'm getting Taco Bell for lunch,
Ah.
and so I got Taco Bell for lunch.
I
It was
so
delicious.
my it's my stepdad's mom, but my grandma, she turned 87 and she gave all of the grandkids, including me, because I am included in grandkids. Thank you for step parents that include their children. Kudos to that for
Hell
anybody that
yeah!
has that
Shout
situation.
outs to them.
I love them. So grandma, she treats me just like her own and gave all of her grandkids $87 for her 87th birthday as a way to like give back because she felt like, "Oh, I want to help my family and I know that my grandkids are all like in their like 20s, 30s." So we all got $87. So yesterday I bought me and my coworker expensive salads, by the way.
Okay.
And spent way too much on expensive salads.
What an
Uh,
expensive salad? What is it expensive? Like $15, $20? What's an expensive salad? Oof, that is an expensive salad.
yeah.
That is.
Well, we
Don't they give
we
that shit out for free as a side? Most places.
well we went to order our normal salads, which are like 13 bucks. Okay, and these are I'm not talking like small salads though. Like I'm shit you not. These bowls are the size of my head. Like we get decent sized salads, and they're very good. Like they're very fresh. Um,
Suga, I'm so sorry to
Everything.
interrupt you. Is your
Yeah.
camera on a pogo stick? What is going on
No,
over there?
it's my new setup, and it's all like so my ring light it keeps bouncing off my desk, and anytime I touch my desk, it moves it.
Yeah, I don't even see your arms moving, and the thing is just like I don't know.
Yeah,
Is it voice
anytime I bump
activated
it
and it just bounces when you
every time I
talk?
touch the desk. So like I keep like leaning on the desk and every time I lean,
Yeah,
it
it
moves.
just makes everything you say just sound so much more serious. You're like, it's a $13 salad, like
Okay,
the
but
whole
it's
carriage.
$13 salad. But, like, you get, like, fresh grilled chicken and, like, everything's, like, nice and, like, like, an actual, like, full avocado.
Like,
Um,
oh, so not half avocado. I
no,
like how you
it's like
get
a whole avocado, like, they literally, like, pit this avocado, scoop it out, and slap it in your salad.
hell yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah, but
Avocados are like they charge so much at restaurants for avocados. And I know they're like
so
not the
much.
rarest like vegetable, but they should not
It's because
charge
it's
as
a
much as they do.
fad.
Yeah,
It's because it's a fad, everybody likes it, and they're like, "Oh, it's
it's
so
trendy.
popular." Yeah. I want a BLT salad, and the only way you offer me a BLT salad is with an avocado in it. What I got.
Wouldn't that be more than a BLT? Is that not
It's a
missing a
belt.
letter? A
It's a
belt?
belt.
Bacon,
It's a belt.
avocado, lettuce, tomato, free
It's good, though.
shavacado.
I get it from I don't know if anybody has a Piata near them, it's essentially an Italian Chipotle.
Excuse me?
Um,
Is that what it's the name of the restaurant is Piata?
Piata, yep.
Again, sounds like you're putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable over there.
It's what it's called. Um, Listen, I get enough shit for euro instead of gyro, so like,
Oh yeah, no, it's what it's called.
it's a euro.
It's like
Yeah,
hero with a Y at the beginning. It's
yeah,
euro.
yeah, yeah. No, like it's good though. I like all of the above. I like
When
food.
I'm Greek. I'm very Greek.
Oh, are you? I didn't know that.
On my mom's side, it's Greek all the way back, and then on my
Oh,
dad's side, it's like Scottish and Irish. But
cool.
yeah, and I don't know why, but I just as a kid, I would call it gyro too. I'd be like, dude, I want a gyro so bad, and then like my mom would be like, that's not how you.
Does she like roll the R with it? She's like, it's a
No,
gyro. It's a
no.
gyro.
She didn't really. You could, I mean, looking at her, you could tell. You could see the Greek in her a lot thicker than you can see it in me. But like,
Yeah.
she didn't ever really talk like that. She had the personality. She had
Oh,
the
did she?
attitude. Yeah, she was. She was a very strong woman. So, um, that's the end of that story. I don't know.
We went on a tangent there.
We did. We did. All
Moral
right.
of the
All right.
story, I'm some sort of sprout.
All right. Some sort of bean sprout. That'd be a cute VTuber. Like if you ever
Like a bean
decided to
sprout?
make, yeah, you could just be like a bean sprout, like a kawaii bean sprout type
Here's
thing.
the problem with being a VTuber is I keep trying to create one, but then my vision keeps changing, especially when I dye my hair. So it's like,
Well, here's the cool thing about being a VTuber. From the people that I know, they change their entire thing like constantly.
that's true. That is true.
It's like today I'm going to
Yeah.
be a spider, an anthropomorphic spider, and then tomorrow I'm going to be like a book. Like they
Yeah.
just change.
Yeah. I keep creating like a bunny spider thing in my mind, and then I'll go to put it on paper and I start doing it. And then the next day I'll go to like keep working on it and I'll be
You
like,
sh- you
it's
should
all
just be like
wrong.
a bag of sugar with bunny ears coming out of it. There you go.
Well,
Be so literal.
what are those coins? The points, channel points. Um, Mine are sugar cubes.
Oh, that's awesome. I
Yeah, and
guess I never realized that.
they got little bunny ears on. Oh, that's because I don't stream ever.
That's also fair. That's also fair. Or when you do, like we're usually doing something together, and so
Yeah,
like it's yeah.
yeah. I don't stream a lot on my own, especially. Not for any particular reason, honestly. I think it's because I don't normally sit on my computer anymore. I normally play the Switch.
Mhm.
And I am an iPad kid, so like my Switch needs to be like this close to my face for some reason.
I I think also just like I don't know. It may be that it's easier to stream with people than it is on your own
That's also
sometimes.
true.
Keeps the
Yeah.
conversation going. There's always something to focus on, you know. You're not
Oh
worried
yeah.
about getting lost on your own and just being like, "Damn, I've been staring at these trees in Zelda for like an hour and a half now."
Mine's when I play Slime Rancher, I'm like, "Oh, that's cute. Cute.
Yep.
I
Yep.
found something." Oh man. I think the last time I was on Wonder Bathos, I think I said the same thing where I was like, "I'll start streaming more." Didn't stream anymore.
Don't feel bad. I think a few people have said that. And then I've also interviewed people that were on hiatus and like have left streaming and plan to come back
Oh,
and since then have not come back yet either. So, I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't it started out as like I did want to like use it also as a platform and a vehicle to like help promote my friends and stuff. But
Yeah.
like it's more about just my friends in general than like you don't have to be a streamer, you know what I mean, to be on the
Oh,
show.
yeah. Yeah,
It's just an
no, I
added
mean,
bonus because I could be like, go check out their channel. See the flashing lights underneath them? That's their channel.
literally,
Go
go do
check out
that.
their Twitch.
Yeah, right. And if you
Yeah.
don't like my Twitch because I don't stream, you can check out all my other social media because I go by the same thing on everything.
Yep.
So, yeah, no,
You be
I get it.
tweeting or zeeting, whatever it's called now. You
I
be
don't know what
zeeting.
it is.
You
I
be
only do it when
zeeting
I'm
on
in
the
a mood.
X.
I'm in a mood and I'm like, this bitch beside me. Fuck her.
It
And
kind of
then,
blows my mind because like I just always for the longest time I imagined that everybody had one social media that they were like that they would main, and they would constantly post on there, and there are so
yeah.
many people that just like don't let social media revolve around their lives, and I'm like, I don't understand how. I would love it if that were the case, but if I did that, I feel like I'd never be in touch with anybody.
Literally. No, so this is a sad kind of story, but
I
I've
just
realized
told a really sad story, so don't feel.
it's fair, fair. I've realized lately, so I have a con next week. I think I told you that. Don't think I
Yeah,
told it on this actual portion, but I think I said it before we started. Um, and I used to be really big into the K-pop dance community. We used to be like huge into it. Was super excited to go and saw my friends and all that kind of stuff. And I, in the past few cons, have become very lazy and also very inebriated at nighttime. And
you're just describing normal cons to
yeah,
me.
yes. But like I lost touch with like doing things with my dance friends. Like I'll go to like the panels and stuff. Um, but as for like doing collaborative videos and stuff, I like would either get too spaced by nighttime to be able to record, or I would just run out of time. Like I'd be like, "Oh, I'm in cosplay right now. Like, can we do it in an hour when I'm out of cosplay?" And then I would message them, and it's like doesn't meet up time wise. Um, or like I said, I just was busy. Like I was doing
Right.
things. So I realized that this next con, I had made a few posts on my Instagram, like, "Hey, anybody want to collab?" and like tried to touch base with people. Um, Everybody's kind of busy, and not to mention, like I've kind of ended up accidentally flaking on people, which I'll be real about. Yeah, that is definitely on that's my bad. Uh, but like I've done it so many times, I feel like maybe people don't want to, or that's all in my head. But like, you know what I mean? Like you kind of
I
like
mean, it could be a little bit of both.
you lose
I see how
pace
you
with
feel
it.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
I
see how you
also
feel about
like
it.
I used to do covers at least like once a month, and I used to do things like that, and I definitely don't do that anymore. So, it's all stuff that I would like to get back into now that I work mornings now, so I have time in the evenings to do that stuff again.
Right.
But until
Well, life is all about discovering yourself and finding out
yeah.
what works for you. And sometimes it's hard to. I mean, I often think about this. It's like at any given time, like you are the only person, like you as the individual, whoever is listening or whatever, you are the only person that can like manifest and make things happen in your life. Like somebody can put a path in front of you, but nothing's going to come of it unless you take
Yeah.
those steps to do it. But also, there is no shame in just like taking a minute, and just kind of enjoying life and like taking
Oh yeah.
some self inventory or some personal inventory and just like, all right, let me figure out the things that I like, the things that I want to get back into, and doing all that stuff.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel the same way with like video editing and stuff, man. I was going ham on uploading YouTube videos and doing all that stuff, and then like it just kind of fell off, and I'm like, I have a pretty good excuse, but I also at the same time I'm like, is that really an excuse? I'm taking every opportunity I can to rest right now too, and like
Well,
because I'm not gonna have that very soon.
yeah. Well, and like from my perspective, I had some big life changes happen this past year,
Yeah.
and I, as somebody that's struggles with anxiety and depression, like that really hurts to have that change rather than just like be normal. So like now that I'm getting even back out and kind of doing all of that, like, all right, stop just doing this and that, just get to it. Like it's easier, but like I definitely used to post on Instagram more, I used to tweet more, I used to stream, like all that social media stuff I definitely stepped away from for a while, and I kind of miss it. But then I do it for work. So doing it for myself feels like
Yeah.
I'm at work.
Yeah. That's why
So that's
I'd say that.
hard.
Yeah, I totally get that. It's like being a chef. Like I enjoy cooking and stuff, but if I did that for a living, I would fucking hate doing it at home. I would
I
not
used to do that.
not
That's the
ever want to do it at
thing.
home.
So my last job, I was in the kitchen, and then when I came home, I was like, I don't want to fucking cook. Fuck that.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I wanna just relax, and so I get it. Yeah, and I think you have to find what shifts work for you too. Like night shifts don't work for me because I feel like my entire day has to be my work. Like I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I go to bed.
Right.
Whereas morning shifts, I obviously am kind of like, okay, I get to go home at this time, so now I have time to do stuff, and I can go to the store, and I can go do this if I need to. So definitely not a morning person by any means, but having a morning person and putting it back into my
Yeah.
routine.
What kind of evil monster decided that 9 to 5 Monday through Friday was going to be like the standard work week, but then government businesses and shit that you have to do, like doctors' offices and stuff like that, are all going to be closed on the fucking weekend? Who decided this? That was the dumbest idea ever. Like doctors' offices and shit like that should be closed. It's a greater calling. They get paid more. That shit
Right.
should be closed on like Monday and Tuesday. Let that be their weekend. You know, you guys
What
take
gets
Monday and Tuesday. Everybody else gets so we
right.
can go see you on the weekend and not have to miss work.
What gets me is my leasing office hours are so I work about 8:30 to 4:30. So I'm like half an hour off of the normal 9 to 5. Um my leasing office is open 10 to 5. Okay. So I have a half an hour leeway that if I have a package that I have to pick up from the leasing office to run my happy ass home and like hope that she's still there.
Yep.
Like, and she's like, oh, you're not home. And I was like, no, because I work a fucking job.
Yep.
Like, what do you want me to do?
Have your packages ever been held hostage for like a week or or
Yes,
anything?
weekends. Weekends are my demise. If a package comes on a weekend and it's not delivered like with my notes and everything, um, I don't get it until like the next Monday, and I am so frustrated about it. Also, I hate UPS because they will not deliver without or not. Is it UPS or FedEx? I think it's FedEx. One of the two. One of the two will not deliver to my place without a signature, regardless if I like electronically sign for it or not.
Oh wow.
I like have to physically be here. And if I miss them by like 5 minutes, they write me that note they like stick up on the door and where they're like, all right, sign this. And I'm like, I need that package
Wow.
today. Like I ordered that
Yeah.
for it to be here today. Like what are you talking
I
about?
need it for the con tomorrow. Yeah. No, I get
Well,
it.
I just ordered something. So we're going to the Ren Fair this weekend, and I told you I ordered. I was gonna be moth girl. I ordered like one of those moth capes,
I love this
and
day and age where it's like we have going to the Ren Fair this weekend. Oh, are you gonna dress up as a lord or a lady? Like, no,
I'm
I'm
gonna be a
gonna be a
moth
moth
girl.
girl.
Well, I
But
wanted to break
medieval,
the
medieval moth girl.
medieval moth girl. Well, I wanted to break my I have a really bad track record with being a pirate. I I can plan anything. I can plan a fairy, an elf, like
How
anything you can talk about, and I will end up showing up looking like a pirate every time. It without
I don't
fail.
see the problem here.
It's not a problem. The only problem is is that I have turned into the stereotypical like Ren Fair goer that only dresses up as like one kind of person. Like
Yeah, but you
there's
rock the shit
no
out of that one person though.
yeah,
You just
that's
own it.
fair.
It's you.
That's fair. That is fair. But I do want to be kind of moth girl this time. I bought like feathers to be like my little antenna and um I have some good stuff to go with it. I got this really cool like fur fake fur, obviously. Um I got it for $2. It's like a little what's that thing called? It's like a shawl, kind of.
Okay.
But it's all fur, so like it looks like the fuzzy bit of like a moth, and I don't know. I'm excited.
Aw, that's cute.
Yeah, but I ordered that, and I was like, I need that. I need that by
I need
Friday.
it by Friday. All right. So the first question was the bean sprout. We are now 24 minutes in. Are you ready for question two?
Question two.
Question two. Can you describe the color yellow to someone who's never seen it?
You know how mustard tastes? That's yellow.
That is, I feel like that's highly inaccurate and unfair. What about bananas?
Bananas are too sweet to be the color yellow.
Excuse me? Bananas are yellow though.
Actually, only the
And
banana
I
peels
hate
are
mustard.
yellow. Opto. The banana
Mustard's
peels,
gross.
the banana peels are the yellow part.
What color is the banana itself then?
It is definitely cream.
Which is a offshoot of
White.
or yellow.
No, it's not.
But the first thing you see is yellow. You don't walk up to a banana tree and you're like, oh, look at these cream colored berries. Let
Yeah,
me
but
just,
okay, but like if you had to
they're
taste a
yellow.
banana, the white part is the good part, and the peel tastes terrible.
I still associate yellow with banana because, like, if the scratch and stiff Snickers, right? If you get a banana one, it's the outside of the banana. You scratch it and it smells like
Ugh.
bananas.
I
I've
like mustard, so I guess I
but the smell, they make gas out
like
of that.
mustard.
That hurts
Different
people.
mustard. Different mustard.
Mustard's evil. I don't
I
like
like
mustard.
lemons.
Okay, that's fair. Lemons. There we go.
Lemons are yellow.
We'll meet in the middle here.
You know
I'm on
what?
team banana. You're
Yellow
on
could
team
be a
mustard.
sour color.
It could be.
If a color was a taste, it would be like red. Well, I think okay. Well, if we want to get deep though,
Let's
if we want to get deep though, society has trained our brains that certain colors mean certain things. For instance, red. If you think of red, it's gonna be what?
stop.
Spicy.
Oh, I mean,
Stop is
same.
not a flavor. Stop is not a flavor.
But when you
But
talk about color to brain, like when you think the color
yeah,
red, what do you think?
but
You
like,
think
but like,
stop. I don't think spicy. I don't pull up to the red light and
what
I
are
go, oh,
flavors? Oh,
spicy.
spicy.
Spicy street.
What a spicy street sign. No, like I mean like flavors though. If you went to the grocery store and you saw something was red, you would be like, okay, that's probably spicy, right?
Tomatoes.
Or tomatoes. Tomatoes make salsa, and salsa can be spicy.
That's true. That's true. That's fair. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon there. You got me. You got me.
And you look at blue and you think blue raspberry.
Yes, or
Okay?
blueberry.
Or
Or blueberry.
blueberry. So it's gonna be kind of like a sweet tone. So like I feel like blue would be like a sweet color.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this?
I do see where you're going with that.
All these colors have flavors, but I feel
How,
like society has trained our brain that way.
so you describe the color yellow to someone, your answer would be like, it looks like mustard tastes.
You know, I like mustard.
But lemons. We're meeting in the middle
I
here.
also like lemons. Lemons. We'll agree with lemons. I like lemons.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
I have to describe a sense with another sense. So like, because most people be like, oh, like if you look at this, and I'm like, okay, but they can't see that. That's gray.
I would, you know how I would do that? Here, let me answer this question real quick.
Yeah,
How
you
would
answer.
how would I describe the color yellow to someone who's never seen it? I would be like, that flaming ball of fire in the sky that's
Okay, but
called
they
the
can't
sun.
see that.
They've
What
never
if they
seen
can't
it.
see it?
They've
What
never
if
seen
they?
it. They've never seen it before.
Oh, I see. I mistook this question.
I mean, I hearing it, I would assume that yeah, maybe they couldn't see it, but it doesn't say
Like
that.
you
It just
can't
says
see color. Yeah.
this is like if mole people were to come out of the ground and you had to what is the color yellow, and then you'd be like, that thing in the sky that's
Yellow rock.
it's on
Topaz.
fire.
Rock.
Yes. How many ping pong balls can you fit in a bus?
In a bus.
In a school bus, specifically a school bus.
At least 3.
It's a good answer. That's a good answer. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. That's fair.
My favorite is when I'm at working. So I work with kids. If you haven't watched the first thing, I think I talked about working with kids in the first one.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is when kids ask me how old I am, and I go, "Well, how old are you?" And they'll be like, and I'll be like, "Oh, well, I'm at least 5." That way, like, because if I tell them my actual age, that's when they start going like, "My mom's that age."
That's when they're like, damn, Sugar, you should have done something with your life.
You're older than my mom, and I'm like, great, good to know, good to know. Go swim, like.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is, I love these questions because you do have like real world experience in trying to like explain some of this stuff to people that don't
Tiny
know how
humans.
to answer them. Yeah, tiny
Yeah,
humans.
I work with tiny humans, so like which I think works really well with me because I have such a imaginative brain. I'm a very creative brain that it's really easy for me to make things up for kids, or like I have a kid that'll come in and he'll like scrape his knee outside because sidewalks are the devil outside to them,
Yeah.
apparently. And he'll like come in with a scraped knee, and like the first thing my brain is like grab a band-aid, pretend to blow some magic on it, tell him to make a wish and put it on his knee. Like, and most of my coworkers are like, "Oh, you calmed him down. That's really good." And I was like, "It's easy. It's a kid. You just gotta like have a kid mentality."
It makes me feel like a horrible parent because the last time my son scraped his knee, he like started running on the driveway and he tripped and scraped his knee, and then he got up. He scraped one knee and then he got up and was upset and he was crying and he started running towards us because he had scraped his knee. Took one
Oh
step and then
no.
tripped and
Oh
scraped
no.
the other knee. And I'm like, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't
Oh
laugh.
no.
And I'm just like, I'm so sorry, buddy. I was like, we'll kiss it, make it better. Let's go
We
pick
have
out a.
we have the don't laugh moments, trust me. I have to like walk away sometimes, but like you get used you get
Yeah,
used to it.
like because you
Especially
feel his
okay,
pain. Like you're okay. You're gonna live. I know it hurts and it sucks right now, but just like those figuring it out for themselves moment. Like, yeah, I just did this thing that hurt me, and then you get up and you immediately do the same thing again. You're just like, no, don't do that.
it helps that like okay, so like in my situation it helps because I'm not the parent. I'm sure if it was my kid it would be like, "Oh," and then I would like they would do it again and I'd probably be like, "You dumbass."
No,
But
no.
like but like
You're
it's not my kid. So it's more like a, "Oh my gosh, like how do I help you? Like your parents are going to be upset with me if I don't help
right.
or something." Like and
You
then
feel
most
you feel
parents
more
are
responsible.
yeah, and most parents are actually really funny. They'll be like, "He's fine. Just let it
Me,
go."
me, I'm just like, mind your own business, Doreen. Get back in your house.
You're like yelling at me to get back behind the desk. "I have a band-aid. Do you want a band-aid?" "No, it'll wash off in the pool."
Well, I mean, also, like, I've seen him, like, front flip off of the bed and, like, land on his head and then just get up like nothing has happened. I
I
think.
love kids.
I love him, dude. I love him so much. I think it's definitely true that as soon as you acknowledge something's bad, they've
Oh,
done something that's bad, it's over. They are crying their
oh,
eyes out. But
we
if you
had a
act like
kid
it's not a big deal, they're totally cool.
so, at my like, at the pool, we are an indoor pool. I gotta move my arms because 'cause I'm shaking the thing because I talk with my hands.
It's okay.
Um, we have the way that our pool works is it's all indoors, but it's in a, like, glass, like, windowed room, so the parents can't, like, hover, essentially.
Right.
Um, but sometimes the glass gets very, very clean, and kids are very, very stupid, okay? And they will miss the door. And you will just hear like bam, and like if you acknowledge it they're instant like they look at you and they'll instantly be like, "Oh, they're acknowledging this is supposed to hurt, like this is pain, I'm gonna
Right.
cry." But if you look at them and you're just like I do this, I do the raised eyebrow, wait, and then see what their reaction is and then go with it, and normally it's like 2 seconds and they don't cry, they just kind of like hold their head and I'll be like, "Yeah, dude, there's a window there."
Yeah.
And they're fine. They're like, "Yeah," and they walk through the door, the actual door. But if you acknowledge it and you're like, "Oh my gosh, like are you okay?" Like that's when they freak out and
Yeah.
like so yeah. No,
those
I
those
I totally
loud
get
sudden
that.
noises where it's like everything becomes they get overstimulated and they're
Oh
just like,
yeah.
oh god, this is bad, what do I do?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right, we can't we've only gotten to two questions and you've definitely have more than two.
Oh, I definitely I have way more than that. This one's probably going to be a doozy though. If you were a
Oh.
superhero, what would your superpower be and what would you wear as your costume?
Oh, ironically, it is superhero month at my job, so I've actually been going through this question a lot.
Nice.
Um,
You're ready for it.
yes, so I always kind of go with anything that is kind of like a body morph, um, or like,
So you just
mm,
morph into anything you want to essentially?
yes, yes, like anything, like can be any person. I can change, like, oh, I don't like my hair for the day. I can change my hair for the day if I like things like that. And the reason I picked that, and I have always picked that even as a kid, is not because I don't like the way I look, because I probably would never like change my face or anything, unless I'm like trying to play a prank on somebody. um, it's just because I change like my styles and stuff so often. I feel like it gives me the freedom to do what I want without waiting. So like cutting my hair and my body shape, things like that, I would definitely utilize it for that.
There's like
As well
instant
as like
gratification. That is
oh
probably
yeah,
this one of the smartest and like
yeah,
deepest responses to that question I think I've ever heard. That
coming
is
from me.
incredible. Yeah. That's
I'm
incredible.
also short and would like to be tall sometimes.
Yeah, that too.
Uh, so if I would wear anything, I'd have to wear something like Miss Incredible. I would need like my own Edna mode to like create a fabric that would stretch and change the way that I need it. Also, probably change color because if I dyed my hair and then it matched weird, I'd have to change the color.
Yeah. I'm
So
sorry.
yeah.
I'm like you said Miss Incredible. I'm trying to fit like a dump truck booty joke in there somewhere, and I can't. I
I
can't
gotta
find
have
it.
that Disney mom bod.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Which
It's
is
not
so
Disney.
baffling.
That's Pixar.
Oh, Pixar.
Wow,
Sorry, Pixar. Oh,
blasphemy,
same
sugar.
thing. Same thing. The Incredibles is technically Disney and Pixar.
Yeah, I think.
And
Well, I'm pretty sure Disney owns the animation company now.
I was about to say, because like a lot of Disney characters, like
Everything's
Nani
Disney.
from like Lilo and Stitch, she's a hot mama.
Yeah,
She's not a mom, but she's kind of a mom.
that's a Pixar and a Disney thing apparently. All the moms
Yeah,
just have dump truck asses.
hot
They
moms.
just have to. Yeah.
It's
It's
how
like,
you
what do you
appeal.
do you really like this story? You want to go
And
see
dumb
this movie
dads,
again? Like, no.
dumb dads, and hot moms,
Some dads hot moms, but the dads are always like really nice though. They're always like
or they're not in the picture.
they're not there. Yeah, they're either really good dudes or they're just not existent. They don't exist.
There's way too many Disney movies that in my head just popped up where I'm like, there's no dad in that one, there's no dad in that one, there's no dad in that one. What's happening?
If you could have a conversation with any fictional character, who
Hmm.
who would it be, and what advice would you give them?
Ooh, that's rough, man.
I know. I can't honestly think of
That's a
anybody.
rough one. Oh, the first one that popped in my head is probably just because we were talking about this, but Eddie Munson I would definitely talk to. As for advice, I would probably just like, I guess it's not really advice, but just tell him like he's not actually like um he thinks he's like a wimp or like not courageous or like something like that. I would tell him like you in fact are all of that. Even
Oh,
before the like dark part where he like no spoilers,
no
I guess.
spoilers.
No spoilers.
It's only been out for like 2 years.
No spoilers, but like just the dark part of his actual like character development. I think he's should have been told that way sooner than it was told to him, or he discovered it. And I'm
Can
also
we
just really salty because I really like him.
can we pause for a second and talk about how all these shows, these shows that have become phenomenon, and like they're incredible shows, and then like 3 or 4 seasons in they start introducing like these even more incredible characters, and you're like, where have you been this
And
entire
then kill
time?
them.
Why couldn't we get 4 seasons of Eddie? Like there's so,
Right. Like, or okay, I rewatched it. At first I did not like Billy, but I actually genuinely like Billy now.
oh, I hated Billy from the beginning. From the
I
beginning,
didn't
I did
I
not like
didn't
his
like him,
character.
but then like rewatching it after like obviously you know the plot line and everything now,
Mhm.
I changed my mind about it very quickly. I still don't like Steve. I'm probably the 1% of any Stranger Things people that is not a fan of Steve.
Steve won me over. His character development's been really good too, because he's
I
turned into like
yeah.
he was Billy, and then he turned into like just this like dad character.
Yeah.
He's just like the neighborhood dad, just taking care of the
Yeah.
kids.
I will say like I don't hate him like I did when I first started. I hated Steve when I first started watching it.
What was
I
the brother's name?
hated him.
The other love interest.
I love oh my god, why can't I remember his name? Jonathan.
Yeah, I
I
feel like
love
is it
Jonathan.
just me, or does it feel like they're trying to write him out of the show? Like,
Yes.
yeah, I feel like they're just
And it
trying to get rid of him.
upsets me because I think Jonathan is a really good character.
I think he could have been. I think they dropped the ball on it, and they're like, no, Steve Hare is too much of a. Everybody likes Steve Hare better, so we're gonna get rid of Jonathan
I
and make Steve
think
Hare.
I think they tried to get rid of Jonathan and then they realized that everybody really likes him and at the very end, like the last few episodes of the fourth season, they started pushing him back in a little bit. Specifically with what's Bill's character? Oh my
Bill,
god.
Bill,
Bill's the
Bill,
actor.
Bill.
The bowl cut.
Sky.
What's his name? His brother.
And that's Jonathan.
No, Jonathan's brother.
Oh, Will.
Will.
No, yeah, that was
Um,
really close to Bill.
I know. I just thought of that too. I was like, isn't his? I think the actor's name is Bill, isn't it?
I have no
I could be
idea.
very wrong. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, at the very end of season 4, they started to put Jonathan more into Will's character, and
Yeah.
I think that is trying to bring Jonathan back in because I think they noticed fans actually like Jonathan.
I have a feeling that this next season is going to take a really dark turn, and I think
Oh yeah.
we're gonna lose several characters. I feel
I
like.
also think so. I think though if they cut certain characters like Dustin, if they cut Dustin, I think the entire fandom will be like, "Nope, we're done." Like,
I don't think so, and here's why. I think they could use Dustin as a very powerful moment, like Glenn in The Walking
yeah,
Dead. If they do it
that's
the right
fair.
way, like the shock has to be there, but it has to be a proper send off. I
Yeah.
really think they could. I really think they could use it to really. It'd have to be one close to the end of the series. It would have to be
Very
close.
it has to be heroic. It has to be
Yeah,
very heroic because there's no way that they could just like randomly, not randomly, but like in a
just as a
bad way, just like
yeah,
get
just
rid of
like
him.
regular mid plot
It
device. Yeah, I
Yeah,
couldn't.
it would
It,
have to be super heroic, especially with all the trauma that Dustin dealt with.
yeah.
And he's one of the original characters. I don't know. I watched a TikTok the other day about all the theories behind which character's death is next, and somebody said Mike because Mike hasn't had any real significant um plot development.
No, because I mean he's what tethers 11 down. You know, even if they're not together, he is still
Yeah.
like her link to this world. You know, I mean, there's
I was gonna say
Hooper,
Hopper. Hopper.
Hopper, yeah, there's Hopper, but now they're going more into like Hopper and Mike's mom or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's their own
Uh
story
Will's
now.
mom, yeah.
Will's mom, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, so I don't know. I don't know. That is a very interesting thing to think of. I just the whole them escaping from a Russian prison and
Everything.
that whole thing, and then if they were just to turn around and kill Mike, like I don't know. I think
Bye, Mike.
Dustin would have way more of an impact on
Yeah.
everything if they were to get rid of him. But
They won't
then
get rid of Max.
Eddie, the whole thing with Eddie though, like I just don't
Yeah.
I don't see. I don't think they got rid of Max. I think Max will be back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think Max will stay. I think Dustin will stay. There's rumors Eddie's coming back in a way.
That would be incredible.
Um, Everybody keeps rumoring about Barb coming back
I was gonna
because,
say if they bring Eddie back, they have to bring Barb back.
well,
Barb
I
got no
saw.
justice. Barb
Did you
got
see the
screwed.
video about Barb where Barb
Uh-uh.
was like, she did like an advertisement and was like, "We're gonna bring it back. Like they brought me back," and then she just walks out of frame, and they're
No,
like, they're like, "What is this?" Like, there's lots of like Stranger Things,
like teasers.
like
Yeah.
Easter eggs in it, yeah. And so everybody has this theory that they're gonna bring back Barb and Eddie, and there was somebody else that died.
I hope they do that right too. If it's just one of those things where like, oh, we finally beat the Upside Down, and now everybody that's died is
They just
back.
like walk out, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Hi guys.
that'd be really shitty if they're just like, yeah, the everything's back to normal. Like, no,
Yeah.
I wouldn't like
Oh, they
that.
said that Chrissy was gonna come back. I was like, who's the other one? They said Chrissy. They said Chrissy was gonna come back. Eddie was gonna come back, and Eddie was gonna like
Chrissy,
bring
wake
Chrissy back.
up!
I could not stop singing it when I rewatched it because I remember how obsessed I was with that. It instantly triggered the neurodivergent in me. Was like, I must start singing this again.
Yeah.
Good show.
I feel a sneeze coming on, so let me ask this question.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Oh, there it
That's
is.
a real sneeze too. That's how I sneeze. It's very manly.
Mine's not. Mine is like super explosion of my brain.
is it so super
Yeah.
extra?
Oh, it's bad.
What is your strategy for surviving a zombie apocalypse with only a rubber chicken and a bag of marshmallows?
Die.
Fair. Moving on. If you
I would never survive a zombie apocalypse. I'm sorry, but I can't even go camping. So like,
everybody I asked that question, or anytime the topic of zombies come up, my coworker says the same thing. He's like, I would just die, and I'm like, well, you wouldn't fight, you wouldn't try to. He'd be like, what's the point?
I mean, I think I would try to survive in my apartment. Like, I probably wouldn't leave, but the fact that I would only try to survive in my apartment means I would probably die within what, like a week? Because
Is it
either
coffee skin?
A,
There's something in the bottom of my cup, and I'm freaking out about it.
ew.
like coffee skin
See,
or
that's why
something.
you can't survive the zombie apocalypse.
I mean, if I can survive drinking coffee skin,
But no, like I honestly like I would either die one because I'd be too much anxiety to go outside. Okay, no way. I don't like guns, so like anything involving a gun would scare the crap out of me. Um, for no reason, by the way, other than so many deaths are caused by guns
melee
because
weapons in
never.
zombie scenarios are way better anyway. They're quieter, and
That's true.
you don't ever have to reload them.
I think I also have enough cosplay props here that I could probably do some decent damage. Um, but I would probably never get to the grocery store, so I would never get supplies, and then I would never trust anybody because who knows who has a bite and is going to turn into a zombie the next time. So I'd
Or
probably
like
just hide in my
or who's just
apartment.
gonna try to steal all your supplies and kill
Yeah.
you or something? Yeah,
So I'd probably
guns
hide in
would
my
be for other
apartment.
people. Melee weapons for zombies.
I'd be like hiding in my apartment until I probably either, like I said, starved to death, uh, didn't have enough water, um, a zombie got into my apartment and I couldn't escape from it, or hoarder or not hoarders, hunters or whatever you want to call them, like people like ransack my apartment for stuff.
Bandits.
Bandits? Yeah, I guess bandits is a good way to put that.
If it's slow zombies, totally fine. I
Oh
will
yeah, slow
survive.
zombies will
Yeah,
go, but
yeah.
like
Fast zombies, if they're like the 28 days later zombies where they run their asses off, no, I'm good.
climbing zombies.
Yeah, I'd probably die pretty quickly.
Yeah, climbing zombies because if anything I would just like go to the rooftops. They don't do that enough in zombie movies. They don't
Cause
go to the
like, okay, if
rooftops.
you get trapped up there, what are you gonna do? You're gonna die.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not gonna
true,
go
but like
away. They will outlast you.
yeah, that's true.
Going up, I mean, as like a last ditch effort, yeah, I guess, but like that would not be my immediate response. I would, if
Well,
anything, I'd want to go down. Like I would want
yeah,
to
but
go underneath something.
if you could keep like your hideout on the rooftop and then like have like a fire escape or something that way you could like actively go get stuff and leave if you needed to. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I
yeah. No,
still
that'd
would
be
not
good.
survive, but like a bag
Yeah,
of
no, the
what was
fire
my other a
escape.
rubber chicken and a bag of marshmallows. I'd
Yeah.
probably just choke on the marshmallows.
Throw the
I like
chicken to get
marshmallows.
their attention.
I'd squeeze I'd just squeeze it. I would stuff
We're in
my mouth with the
Arkansas.
marshmallows
There's got to
and
be
then just
enough.
squeeze the chicken.
There's got to be enough doomsday bunkers around here somewhere.
Oh yeah,
I'd
I'm in
find something.
Ohio. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Probably
But
one somewhere here around my apartment and I just don't know about it.
I love Blast from the Past. It's such a great movie. You'll just hang out in a bunker for like 30 years.
I'll just watch Shaun of the Dead.
That movie's
That's
so
what I'll
good.
do.
Have you seen the Alien? I didn't even know they made an Alien version. It's literally it's Simon Pegg and the other dude, and it's literally Shaun of the Dead but with aliens. I'm not kidding. They reference exact scenes from Shaun of the Dead, like from the fence jumping. It is the exact same movie but with aliens. It is insane. I love it.
Oh,
I
I know
had
what I'm watching next time I can
I haven't
find
watched
it.
the entire thing, but it was on. I can't remember where we were, but it came on, and I started watching. I'm like, dude, is this Shaun of the Dead? I'm like, no, wait, I don't remember this. That's
It's
definitely they're
amazing.
doing Shaun of the Dead things. Oh wait,
With
those are
aliens.
aliens. Yeah, that's nuts,
Anytime
dude.
I think of aliens in movies, I think of the scary is it Scary Movie? Where they like stick the fingers under the door and they're like,
I
"Woo!"
Yeah, and then they pee out of their fingers. That was Scary Movie 4, and that ruined that franchise because that's all I can think about with Scary Movie now.
The
And the second
aliens that
one,
were like perverts and stuff. Yeah.
both of them were the first two were so good, and the first one didn't have anything supernatural in it. Like it was a very grounded comedy movie, and like I thought it was really good. The second one, they were making fun of the haunted house genre and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
had a lot of memorable lines and stuff. But by 4, with like aliens coming down, and now they've got Leslie
Cindy,
Nielsen. It was-
Cindy, the TV's leaking.
oh god, it's so good. If you could swap places with any historical figure for a day, who would it be, and what modern invention would you show them?
mm, I am not a history person.
Okay,
Uh,
we can skip this one if you want to
we're
skip.
gonna skip this one because
Okay.
not because I don't have an answer, but because I just don't care about his. Okay, this is the saddest thing because anybody that likes history is gonna be like, history repeats itself and it's super important in the acknowledgement of our modern society. Okay, I get it. I've heard it enough times that obviously I don't care for history, and it's not
Suga's not a
because.
humanitarian. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. I'm telling everybody. No, it's fine.
Here's why though, because every point in history has repeated itself,
Yep.
which means any century that you have been born in, you have at least once always experienced these same situations.
Yeah.
For example, civil rights. We still go through the same things. Okay? It might not be the same type of civil rights movement anymore. Now it's more focused on like LGBT and bathrooms and stuff like that. But like, okay, go back like not even 100 years. Well, yeah,
No,
not
like
even 100 years.
a couple years, and I mean, like it was, I mean, pretty much the
It
same thing.
was yeah,
It's always something going on,
but with
and
race.
right after 9/11, like it was, you know, Muslims, and then COVID hit, and then there was a bunch of, you know, Pacific Islander hate, and it's like, dude, yeah, I get it. I
So
get it.
like
There's a
that's why
lot
I
of
don't like
civil unrest
history.
at all times, and it's
I don't
awful.
care for history because I go through history every day and I go through the same history that I learned about in school and I'm living it. And it's not as much that it is different because there's more open minded people, in my opinion, nowadays. I feel like going through history is just like depressing. We already
Right.
go through depression every day. I don't want to learn about how these people were even worse off. I want to see what I can do better for the people that are going to be under me. Like when I'm 100 years old, what did I do to make life better for them?
I like how you phrase that as under you instead
Under
of
me,
like
yeah.
it
I was
comes after me.
my brain was like trying to think of what the phrasing was while I was saying it. That's why I was like looking away.
Jeez.
But you know what I mean? Like I wanna better the future, not worry about the past.
Yeah, exactly. I think I just want to say something about like at least preserving history. You know what I
No,
mean?
that's
Like
important.
I think it is still important to teach these things and to like
Yeah,
teach history, and like, you know, I think that is important.
yeah,
But yeah, as far as not talking about history all the time, I get that. I get that.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean like in school, like it's very important for your education to include like this is what the world has gone through and this is what like has happened.
Also, to add to that, to tell correct history and not
I was gonna say that.
because the
Not omit
victors
things.
the victors of any war or confrontation usually tell the story in a one-sided fashion, and yeah, so
Yeah, stop throwing books away that are
yeah.
important. Stop telling kids about
Fuck you, Christopher Columbus, you son of a bitch.
Did you know? Okay, I might be stupid and I obviously didn't pay attention in history. But the
I'm excited where this is
Mayflower,
going. The
the
Mayflower.
Mayflower is a rock, okay?
Okay.
It wasn't like when they were like Plymouth Rock,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Okay.
Plymouth
You
Rock.
think it would be like, oh, they landed at Plymouth Rock and the Mayflower was there, so that ship was there and blah blah blah. There is a literal Plymouth Rock. It's like a boulder.
Yeah,
Why?
because that's just the name of the rock. The ships that they brought
Why
over,
is that a thing?
Sugar. The names of the ships they brought over were
Mayflower.
no, the
Oh,
Nina,
well,
the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
I never learned that.
You never learned that?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm Listen, I did not do well in history, but I can tell you I've never heard those words.
There,
Sika's gonna be so mad when he watches this.
he is, dude. Animaniacs did a whole song about it. There was like a
Oh,
whole
I didn't
song
know
about it.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
crazy. I'm
I
gonna
saw
have
it
to
on
find the clip and send it to you.
I sent it on to I sent it. I watched it on TikTok the other day where somebody was like looking at the actual rock and I was like, that's just like a piece of the earth that they dug up, right? Like and then so I was like swiping through comments. So that's what you do. Whether it's true or not, obviously I don't know. I could do my research on it myself, but I'm
You you can
too
usually tell
lazy for
how
that.
confident the confidence level in the comments has to be like
Oh, it's gotta
peak.
be like top
Yeah,
tier.
yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I can believe this. But if it's not, if it's like people screwing around, I'm like, all right, I get it. But this was like people were like legitimately like, oh, you didn't know that? Like that yeah, it's just a rock. And I was like, it's rock? This whole time we're just praising a rock? And you guys want to judge us for our crystal beliefs?
Well, that's a whole other subject that we're not going to get into tonight. We'll save that one for next time.
Yes.
Here, how about something a little more lighthearted?
Yeah,
Can
let's
you
do lighthearted.
can you sing your favorite company slogan in the style of an opera singer?
No.
Sugar, please. Please do this one for me.
It's not good enough for this. What's a good slogan? What's my favorite slogan? Oh my god. Oh, I feel embarrassed already, and I haven't even
I mean,
done
you
anything.
could do the O'Reilly's.
No, I'm not gonna do O'Reilly's. I was gonna do McDonald's. I do like the McDonald's one, which I have a story about later, but that's not an important story. It's just a
As an
stupid
opera
story.
jingle, that would be pretty cool. I would like
Uh,
that.
like a opera jingle, like a ba da ba 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 with the
Uh,
face.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
you got to finish it.
I'm loving
There you go.
it. That reminds me. What's the? Is it J.G. Wentworth that does the opera one?
Yes, yes, it
Called
is.
J.G. Wentworth. Yeah.
J.G. Whitworth, 877
877
cash
cash
now.
now. 877 cash now.
Oh, this one could be lighthearted, but also could be
Oh
lewd.
no.
If you were a flavor of ice cream, what toppings would people want to sprinkle on you?
Oh. I feel like the cliche thing would to say sprinkles because sprinkles are made of sugar.
Yeah.
That's the cliche thing to say. But if I
Well,
went with
it says what toppings would you want people to sprinkle on you?
would
But
you would I
it says sprinkle as the action, so I feel like you got to choose something other than sprinkles.
other than sprinkles? I like those mini Reese cups,
Ooh,
man. Like
ooh, that's a good answer.
the ones you get the unwrapped.
Yeah,
I think is what they're labeled. Those are so good. I
yeah,
love those. Other than that, anything but gummy bears because gummy bears get hard when you put them on ice cream.
yeah. They sure do. Gelatin
I
freezes.
used to do that when I was a kid. That was all I would. We would go. You can tell I'm from Ohio. We would go to the Golden Corral,
The Golden Corral.
and I would get the soft serve ice cream that you had to get yourself in the like plasticky bowl.
Mhm.
That was definitely not deep enough for ice cream because it would melt before you got back to the table. And I would put a heaping spoonful, like a heaping spoonful of gummy bears on it, and that was
Ooh,
it.
yeah.
And then go back to the table. And then I would
Man,
be mad because my gummy bears were hard by the time I got back to the table.
kid me would love Golden Corral, but now as an adult, every time
Oh,
you walk into one, it just smells like the carpets smell like mildew, and it just feels really gross just being in there.
that was just my Golden Corral. Is that
No,
like
it's
a
every.
universal?
That's a
That's a
universal
universal Golden
every
Corral
Golden
thing.
Corral. Yeah,
It just it feels grimy.
yeah, it is.
Feels like a truck stop.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. That is every Golden Corral. I think it has something. Whatever foods they serve in there, the steam and the moisture gets into the carpets, and it just shouldn't be carpeted. They should. Who puts a carpet in a buffet? Like that just should not
Listen,
be a thing.
after working in food though, I love a good buffet because I am somebody that likes to pick at food. I'm a food grazer,
Buffets are
but
awesome,
they
especially
are.
Chinese buffets.
Okay, yes. Also, Chinese buffets are my only exception because I feel like Chinese buffets, the food goes so fast that this doesn't apply to.
Right.
Um, Regular buffets I don't like anymore because I found out all the like statistics on buffets and how gross they are
Yeah.
and like all the germs you can get and
All the
illnesses
food that's
you
just
can
out in
get
open
and food
areas where
poisoning and
everybody can
I learned
touch
all
the
about
food.
that. The only ones I'll go to are like Asian buffets, and that's just because, like I said, the food goes so fast that like,
There's no requirement to wash your hands before you start touching food and
uh,
stuff out there. Yeah, yeah, buffets they're a gamble.
also,
They're
okay, and
risky.
Asian food, almost all Asian food is not hand touched food. Okay, you have to use a utensil to like
I meant the
feel better.
customers coming in is what
Oh,
I'm.
yeah,
Yeah,
but still, like even customers, I feel like when you go to like the Chinese buffet, you're like, oh, lo mein, I can't just like,
that's fair.
you
That's
know,
fair.
I
That's
don't know.
fair.
I
But
also
they
am just biased towards Asian food.
but
I
they
can
can
eat
touch the
Asian food.
spoons though, and like those
Yeah,
spoons aren't getting cleaned between customers, and there's no
yeah,
requirement to wash your hands beforehand, and like germs travel at 3,000 feet per second, so if they're
yep.
like less than a foot away from the food, I mean, by the time they touch the spoon, it's already there. You know
Well,
what I mean?
also like food can only sit out for like what? It's like 4 hours cold, I think.
Yeah, and to
Um,
count on minimum wage employees to make sure that everything is up to snuff all the time. That's a big ask. That's
or if you go stereotypical, if it's an Asian buffet, it's like their kids.
oh yeah, yeah. Yep, yep, yep.
Anyway, more lightheartedness.
Well, yeah. How
Keep
many?
going.
If you were a crayon in a box, what color would you refuse to work with and why?
White, because it's pointless.
White crayon? What if it's black construction paper?
Then I will go get a white gel pen.
But you're in a box of crayons that you have
I
to
will
work
tell
with.
my owner to go get a white gel pen.
We're just gonna
Okay,
color in red today.
I don't like okay, I don't like the white crayon because the white crayon is supposed to be like a blender, but nobody uses it as a blender.
That's fair.
Um, Also, did you know crayons are actually supposed to be like kind of melted into paper? Like you're supposed to press hard enough that it like actually like makes a sheet of wax and then you're supposed to scrape it off.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Crayons are actually not used correctly ever.
I'm about to go grab some crayons. I'm gonna try this after this, and I will report
Yeah,
back with the results.
you're supposed to like so like you know how there's those kids that press hard enough that the crayons break?
Yeah,
Yeah, those kids are the ones that are actually doing it right.
amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
And then you're supposed to like scrape it off afterwards, and then the color underneath is the crayon that you're supposed to use.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until recently, and I will never go back to using crayons ever.
I know. I'm really curious. I want to go try this and test it out at some point. If you had to choose between riding a unicorn to work or a giant rubber duck, which would you pick and why? I mean,
Giant rubber
one's
duck.
really you wouldn't
Giant
pick
rubber duck.
it's a real unicorn. It's
Giant rubber
real.
duck.
It's real. Giant rubber
Giant
duck is
duck.
not real.
Giant rubber duck.
I would
Giant
pick the
rubber duck.
unicorn.
Giant rubber duck. Giant rubber duck.
I would have to pick the unicorn.
I don't have to feed my rubber duck.
I'm okay. I get that. There are pros and cons to both. And a
I
giant
can go
rubber
get
duck,
I can
it,
go to the lake
it would
and
look
just like
badass.
sit
It would look
in the
badass.
lake with my duck.
All the other ducks run up to you. Our,
We need
our,
we
our
need an
master has
artist
returned.
you need like an animator to
Yes.
animate me on a rubber duck in
There's
in,
a
like,
rubber duck
pond.
on the screen right now.
I know.
I love rubber ducks, but dude,
Yeah.
it's a unicorn though.
I'm not a unicorn girl. Now, Pegasus would have changed my mind.
I mean, I just assume that unicorns can't fly, but they can run on rainbows. It's pretty
Okay,
close.
but like I
It's
live
pretty
in
close.
Ohio. How often do you think I see a rainbow?
I mean, unicorns can make rainbows.
And then I live in Ohio. Imagine what is going to happen if I see rainbows.
They're gonna be like, "Damn, look at Suga riding that unicorn up that rainbow. That's cool."
Not
What?
the picket signs following me everywhere.
Oh my god. What song title best describes your work ethic on a Friday afternoon?
Oh, well, I don't work on Fridays.
It's about damn time. I know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's
she's canceled.
It's controversial. Do you think it's true? Do you really think it's true? Come on,
I could
Lizzo.
believe anything though, because
I mean, dude,
I have
power
seen
and money.
too many people.
Yeah, power and money changes people, but damn, dude, Lizzo.
I know.
And I
Some
mean,
of
how
it,
easy would it be? Just hear me out here. How easy would it be? Because they said 3 people that worked directly for her came forward. All these 3
Yes.
people knew each other, right? And they're all coming out together about it. How hard would
Yeah.
it be for them to just be like, you know what, fuck this bitch. We're the 3 of us. All it takes is for the 3 of us to put in a complaint at the same time, and we can cancel her and hurt her and damage her reputation.
The problem is though, is that I think I heard that there was some photo evidence
Oh,
that this was a thing.
oh,
I
okay.
don't know how true that is.
I feel like we would have seen it by now. I am biased until we see proof for sure.
Yeah.
On or not biased. Sorry, not biased, but I
also
will not
can't say
say-
much because I support problematic people until like the very end.
Oh no.
I supported Jeffree Star for a very long time, and then finally was like, "All right,
Oh god,
I'm
yeah.
done. I'm done."
I'm glad he got canceled.
Yeah.
He's not a good person.
Yeah, nope, he's not.
The
good
whole
at all.
time, I mean, Kama was like pretty supportive until all that stuff came out too, and I was like,
I mean, it sucks because his makeup line is really nice. Okay, but for somebody that
you gotta
went-
separate art from the artist.
but for somebody that for years and years and years said, "I'm not a he, I'm not a she, I'm an alien," like, and then to turn around and be like, "There's only 2 genders." Okay, like what? Hello?
Wow.
Like, and then also like you literally built a yak farm so that way you could sell yak meat and coats and fur.
Yeah.
But you're vegan.
No,
There's a lot more to that, but those are the 2 ones that really triggered me because I was like I can ignore a lot of this shit because you can apologize for a lot of stuff. But once it's like things like that where I'm like, okay, this doesn't make sense anymore and you're being a hypocrite, I'm done. Like
I think once I started seeing the videos resurface of like him saying really racist, nasty shit, I was like, yeah, this dude's not a good person,
Yeah,
and
that too.
he needs to get canceled.
Well, and all
Uh,
the Shane Dawson stuff, and
yeah,
it's yeah,
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 all of it's bad. Anyway, back to Lizzo. Uh, I love her music, and I want to believe that she's a good person. But if there is evidence, like we don't know, rumors spread online and stuff, and until there's like evidence,
yeah.
that's like,
That's
I
fair.
mean, could she have done that stuff? Absolutely.
Yeah.
People, rich and famous people, do fucked up shit all the time. So I
So the rich and the
definitely believe
famous.
it's definitely possible, and I'll even say that it might be likely. But
Yeah.
until there is like
Firm
they
proof.
go,
Yeah.
yeah, they like go to court and stuff. Like
Yeah. I want to
I'm
see the
not gonna
court
hate
stuff.
on her until like we see the
Yeah.
shit
I'm
unfold.
just sad because like Lizzo was one of those people. If it's true, okay, I'm sad because I feel like she really busted through the industry with like not body shaming and being who you wanted to be and like
Yeah,
creating a line and like all that stuff and to hear
and to show
that
like her vast knowledge of music and stuff, and like how to
yes
play the flute and like all these different instruments, and like composing,
and yeah.
actually composing music, it's fucking
Well, and
beautiful.
that's why it sucks because it's like to see that she could possibly be like ruining all of that because she essentially lied about who she is. It's fake
Mhm.
identity,
Yeah,
which is real in Hollywood or any type of idolistic culture.
right.
Um
Looking at you, BTS.
no, I there is some really bad like there is some bad stuff in like the only reason I get really skeptical is probably because of my experience with K-pop. Um there has been idols that have literally like human trafficking, like sex trafficking, like in their like they went to jail for it. And it was like idols that I used to listen to their music. I used to literally like wait until like 4 a.m. to watch them on like a streaming website that was so blurry I couldn't even see the idol's face.
Right.
Like it sucks because you see that and it's very impactful because a lot of the stuff that they get arrested for is either really silly, in my opinion. One of my favorite artists got arrested for having weed,
Yeah,
which is
weed
very
is
illegal in
very it's very
illegal in
frowned.
Korea.
Yeah, it's very illegal in countries over
um,
there.
but like other things are like sex trafficking or human trafficking or drug ordeals or like heavy drug ordeals, not just like oh it's weed. It's like heavy hard drugs
Like
like
heroin and crack. Yeah.
yeah. So like I get it, but like I think that it has made it so like when I see something happen in Western media, I'm like I'm done. Like I don't I don't need to wait. I'm just done
Yeah.
because I've seen it so much that I don't even want to know. Sucks.
Yeah,
It sucks to see idols do that. I hope it's
it
not
does.
true, but I
I'm just
also am
saying
like
we
keeping an
learned a
eye
lot.
out.
We learned a lot from like the Johnny Depp shit, because everybody was so fast to
Yes.
try and like cancel him, and like everybody was hating on him so hardcore. All the companies that he worked for pulled the plug on him and what like
Yeah.
took him off projects and all this shit. And then they get to court and it's like
Total opposite.
she shit on my bed,
Yeah.
like,
She
and
faked a bruise. She faked a beating. Like
yeah,
I went to jail for nothing. Like
yeah,
yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. So we really, you know, what is the justice motto over here? Like, innocent until
Uh
proven guilty.
yeah,
You know
innocent
what I
until
mean?
proven guilty.
And
Yeah.
I think there needs to be like a resurgence of that, especially with AI and deep fakes, and like
Oh,
the video and photo evidence are about to be like a non thing anymore. We're
oh
not
yeah.
going to be able to trust anything that you see
You're gonna
anymore.
have to like timestamp, like physically timestamp stuff,
Yeah.
and like even that, like an AI can
Yeah.
cover that up. Yeah, I
Sure
mean, and
can.
art is gonna be one of those things that I feel like, and I hate this because I personally love going to art shows. I love seeing people make art. Doesn't matter what it is, but like we're getting to the point where AI art is going to be. How do you know if that artist actually painted that or just downloaded it?
I feel for
That
a lot.
sucks.
I feel for a lot of people who are gonna have to deal with that. But this is also not the first time that we've seen anything like this
Yeah.
in history. Like tractors, like how many
Yeah.
people lost their jobs as farmers and stuff because the invention of the tractor, and like it made everybody's lives so much easier and made farming so much easier. And like, I think the idea is to free up people to work on other,
Important
projects
things.
and moving people forward. And I
Yeah.
don't think that AI is ever going to be able to imitate the pain and emotion
No.
and shit that goes into like actual artwork. I think it's going to be devastating to the digital artist community, like
Yeah.
Kama does all digital art, so
Yeah.
like I think AI, that's going to be really impactful there, but for people who are painting on canvas and stuff, it's never going to be able to replicate
Yeah, like
like
texture and
that.
emotion
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah. It just sucks because like you never know. And then like the deep fakes and stuff like that, like that's gonna ruin people. And I don't mean it in just like, oh, it's gonna ruin their career. Like that hurts people. Like, could you imagine, like, even if it was you, and I mean
I'm a
anybody
graphic
listening,
designer. That's what I do
anybody
for a living.
listening, yeah.
Like AI could fucking take my job tomorrow. Like I'm
I
in
work
the
with
same boat as
kids.
everybody else. So.
I work with kids. Like I could literally like get completely, I mean, taken out of my career.
Yeah.
Because, somebody makes a deep fake and that sucks because there's nothing I can do about it, nothing you can do about it. And it can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Like I've seen stories of it happening to Selena Gomez and I think Shakira was one of them, Celine Dion, somebody like that. Like higher celebrities. And then like also like a girl, I watched a documentary. I do
No
that when I
way. No
I do that when
way.
I get high sometimes and then
You
I'm
watched
real
a documentary? I
I
don't
feel
believe
real
you.
smart. No. But no, like this regular girl, and I
This
mean
real girl.
regular, like real girl.
This real girl.
uh
She's not AI. Not yet.
she talked about it and she was like, like it ruined my life and I was in high school and they tried to arrest me for selling child pornography because there were deepfakes of me and I was only 17. And she had to prove somehow that these were not her and she couldn't do it because they were like, "Oh, you just deleted it. You just deleted it." And she's like, "No, I didn't do this. Like, I don't know what to tell you." And it was like a whole story and it was devastating to hear that stuff because she was in high school. And like, could
People
you
are
imagine?
monsters.
Could you
No,
imagine
I
being in
couldn't.
high school and then being told like you're not gonna be able to get a job, you're not gonna be able to go to college, like good luck getting a house, like or an apartment when you want to try to move out because all that stuff's gonna come back on your record because you can't prove that that's not you.
Wow.
That's sad. We talked a lot about deep stuff today. I
I
feel like
was gonna I was gonna
last time was
say,
real goofy, and this
I
time it
mean,
was like goofy, but yet also like here's some deep stuff to think about.
yeah, we're like way over time too.
Yeah.
We need something lighthearted. We need to end on something lighthearted. If you could invent a holiday, what would it be? What would it be called and how would people celebrate it? How about that?
Anything that could be like not have to go to work and not have that Karen that goes
Well,
to the
that's
grocery store and that is like, where are you at work? Oh, it sucks you have to work today.
it's a holiday, so yeah.
Like,
It needs to be a name. You need a theme.
yeah, but like, okay,
Sugabun
but
Day.
we have holidays and I have to go to work on those holidays because
That's true.
apparently kids have to swim. So
Like a Christmassy type
it needs,
holiday.
yeah, it needs to be it needs to be like a full day of rest. Like, and that's all it can be. It can be called that day of rest where like literally everything anybody does is just goes home and rests.
Can we just make it a week? Can we have like a week of rest
Oh,
where the
I
whole
would love a
world
week of rest. But then
takes a
I
week
have
off?
okay, but you have to think about like hospital.
I mean, obviously essential workers. Then the next week after is for the essential workers.
Okay. And
So
we all
we
have
have
to like buck up and like not scrape our knees.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Or they're just on call. It's emergencies only. They just don't do regular appointments.
Well, or we could just switch on and off the essential workers. Like 1 week you get like half the week,
Split them up, yeah.
split them up.
Cheese
But no
Pops, when I
grocery
asked him this
stores.
question, he said everybody gets pizza too. Everybody gets free pizza.
Oh, pizza's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't want pizza. I want like Chinese food.
That's what I said. I didn't say Chinese food, but I said, what if people don't want pizza? What
I
if we
want
do
Asian
what if we do something
food.
different? Like one day, or like, everybody gets
You get
pizza on one
a
day.
free food different days.
And then the pizza people who have to make all the pizzas for everybody, they get a holiday too, where they get sushi or something.
We have to have it has to have one healthy day, I think. You have to have one healthy day though, because then like I feel
Salad
like,
day, ugh.
Yeah.
That's gotta be like a Sunday.
I mean, you don't have to eat salad to be healthy.
Okay, if you're gonna have a healthy day, what would it be?
Mm.
Vegetables, right?
I like rice bowls when I'm feeling healthy, I make a rice bowl with
That's a
like
lot of
veggies
starch.
and.
Is rice really healthy?
Okay, but you can have 1 cup of rice.
I think for health day, it can't be rice.
I like rice. Okay, maybe it can be a. I don't want it to be salad. It's got to be like a grilled chicken with like vegetables, but it's like tasty. It has to be tasty. Healthy food can be tasty, Opto.
I know it can. I know it can. I've walked down those aisles at the grocery store before. I see them there taunting me. And
You
then
look
I'm
at them and
like,
then you're like,
you
I'm
know
gonna grab the
what?
mac and cheese.
No, dude, for $8, I can get a whole bag of country fried steak patties, and I make sandwiches out of them bitches at work. $8. I,
Freezer.
I can have 2 sandwiches a day for lunch for $8 instead of what I was doing, which is 2 frozen dinners for $5 a piece. That's $5 every day, okay? I'm thrifty.
I made 2 cups of rice the other day, like dry rice, 2 cups of dry rice, which made like 6 meals. And
Nice.
I did a cup of rice, and then I did like a taco one where it was like plant-based taco meat, and like I did a sushi one where like I put all sushi stuff in it. So like I understand this thrifty thing. I just like
Yeah.
rice, so I think that's why I want rice.
I'm not against rice. I'm just saying for health
We're having
day.
a rice day. That's my holiday.
There you
Rice
go.
day.
There you go. There you go. It doesn't have to be health day either, Sugar. It could just be rice day.
It's rice day.
Rice day. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, it's your turn. It's your turn. You're back up to the podium. Okay.
Oh man.
You can say something, whatever you want to a million people. We've hit some pretty deep topics today. We've gotten deep. It hasn't been all fun and games, but we have had some fun and games too. So you're up to plate. You're talking to a million people for the second time, Sugar. What are you gonna say to them for the second time with the Bokoblin?
Well, I said something really like outstanding last time, so if you want to go do that, you need to go watch it. And so this time, I think I'm going to say butts.
Fair.
Because I said something really like important last time. I said really good words last time, and this time I've talked too deep already. I've already talked my deep stuff. We're just gonna.
Now I'm just thinking about Miss Incredible
butts.
again with that dump truck booty.
Butts. Butts.
Butts.
Oh, he's got a tag still.
He's got a tag. Yeah.
Butts.
Butts. I like how the arrows are pointing up. I'm not just a butt.
I also will not take the tag off because it's a silky tag.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, also then you know it was there, and then it's not there anymore.
It's got the Zelda logo on it.
Yeah.
Pajama Hero got me this.
Yeah, can't rip the tag off that.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody out there in YouTube land, thank you for watching this. Thank you for joining me and Suga again for round 2. If you would like to see more of Suga, you can catch her sometimes at twitch.tv/Sugabun13. Make sure you go follow her on her other socials, Twitter and all that jazz. You can find me at Optometron, but if you're here, you probably already know who I am. If you would like to catch us in the meantime, I also do streams with my guests on Monday evenings. We play some video games. Me and Suga played We Were Here Too, which is the second part of a 4-part game series, which is an escape room style room. We have a lot of fun with that. So if you want to go back, watch the VOD, you totally can. My next guest, you'll just have to show up Monday and find out. And that's it. Yeah. We'll see you next time on Wonder Bathos.